Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Piper Report. I admit, I don't know where I'm going with this video. I'm making this video, and I really don't have a set structure to it. But I just wanted to look at Huffington Post and see what their articles say. I'm not going to read the articles because there's a lot of them, but I want to read the title of them. Like, for instance, this one: GOP hangs 2 million kids out to dry. The Huffington Post is going insane. The Huffington Post is by far the most biased media organization in the country. It is. It is. It's worse than MSNBC. It's worse than Salon. It's worse than Vox. I mean, it is insane how biased the Huff Post is. It would be synonymous with, you can maybe say, what's the German name? He was the basically media guy for Hitler. Goebbels, I think. Basically that. I mean, and the worst thing about it is if you actually read the comments. You read the comments in the articles. Their fans and their subscriber base are even worse than the people who make the articles. Like, no joke. Oh yeah, before I forget, I'm not going to say his name or the name of the channel in case it falls through, but tomorrow I believe I'm going to be doing an interview with a pretty big YouTuber. I mean, he has around 13,000 subscribers, but he has over, I think, a few million total views, so I really hope it goes through. I think you guys will like it a lot. I won't say his name just in case, but hopefully it goes through tomorrow. But I just want to throw that in there. So, anyways, GOP hangs 2 million kids out to dry. Okay, what else do we got? Al Franken will leave Senate in early January. This one kind of troubles me. There is a growing sentiment that Al Franken is not actually going to resign. It's, first off, I think this notion is predicated upon the fact that why doesn't he resign right away? And it's almost like he is waiting. He is waiting for somebody to say, hey, don't resign. We need you. Hey, look at Roy Moore. He still ran. Hey, we could use you and use your help in the Senate. Like, it's almost like, in my mind, he is looking for an avenue. He is looking for somebody to tell him it's okay if he doesn't resign. Chances are he will resign. But this growing sentiment, it is getting ground. It's getting bigger. And, I mean, we need him out of there. Al Franken is a joke. He probably shouldn't even be the Senate. I won't, again, I mean, every time I talk about him, I talk about how the only reason he's senator is because he won the Minnesota recount after he lost the election the first time, and many say that he should not even be senator, that it was stolen from the other guy. I forgot the guy's name, but I digress. Okay. House Republicans don't know some very basic facts about the tax bill they wrote. Okay, interesting. Law clerks say federal judiciary isn't equipped to handle sexual harassment. Michaela, I was actually going to do a video on this earlier, but I didn't. She's a Olympic star, gymnastics, I believe. Signed a confidentiality agreement about alleged sexual abuse. Top Republican brags about his party's sabotage of Obamacare. I mean, it's just, you don't see anything that says, here's what Trump did well, or things we agree with Trump on, like things of that nature. And I bring this up because CNN does this too, and NBC has done this, and all these news organizations that make these erroneous errors in their reporting. They make fake news. A good example is when everyone thought when Trump was in Japan and they were feeding some fish, him and the Japanese prime minister, and everyone thought that Trump threw a bunch of food into the fish at once, which could kill the fish. They're all like, yeah, he's just impatient looking and blah, blah, blah. I mean, this story became big. It was pretty big fake news because they only edited the clip so it shows Trump dumping out the food in the tank. But if you actually watch the whole clip, the Japanese prime minister dumped the food first, all the food. Trump only followed his act. But they didn't play that part. But anyways, I bring that up because I noticed something that when the corporate media makes a mistake, when they make fake news, it is never in favor of Donald Trump. Have you noticed that? it is always something that attacks him. Something that attacks his credibility, that attacks his policies, that attacks him as a person, that hurts his administration. It's always that. It's never something that is Trump did a great job, and here's, for instance, Trump created 1 million jobs, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing like that, and then they got to recant it. It's always something negative against him. And then they say it was an accident. They say it was an error, an accident. Well, that seems unlikely, because how can you keep creating fake news, and it's always anti-Trump, and then you have to take it back because it turns out that it was fake news? It's never the other way around. You never see an article praising Trump that they have to take back. So right there alone, it should tell you that it's not an accident, that they are creating fake news on purpose. They are creating fake news to destroy Donald Trump and his presidency. If it was truly a mistake, then you would see different kinds of articles that were taken back. Not just against Donald Trump. So I think that's really key, and really watch for that. I mean, there's pretty much a new fake news story every week, and look at all the fake news stories from the corporate media, and look at how many of them are anti-Trump compared to pro-Trump ones. I'm not including Fox News because, let's face it, Fox News is corporate media, and yes, they're on Trump's corner, but I mean, the corporate media is far more liberal than conservative. I mean, by far. But men try to guess if these situations are porn or Me Too stories. Okay. Top Democrat warns Trump. Firing Mueller would be a gross abuse of power. Well, first off, I don't think Trump has any intention of firing Mueller. Why would he? Why would he fire the person who's going to be exonerating him soon? The fact is that Mueller's probe is so corrupted right now. His investigators are so corrupt that even if he would find some fault with Donald Trump, even if he would recommend an indictment against Donald Trump, it would never stick because he has a conflict of interest. He has been proven to be basically in cahoots with the Democrats. He has been proven to be anti-Trump. So even if he did want to indict Donald Trump, it wouldn't go anywhere due to his investigation being compromised. But either way, Trump's not going to fire him because nothing's going to happen to Trump. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry everyone here that watches David Pakman and watches the Young Turks, and I saw Cenk Uygur on Young Turks. This was maybe a month ago. He predicted Donald Trump would resign within his first year of office. Well, he better hope Donald Trump does it soon because it's only a month away, so we'll see. And it's funny, before he made the prediction, he even said, "No, most of you know that my predictions are usually right." It's just like, Jesus, Cenk. Braggadocious much, really? But, okay. Sorry, I know this video wasn't really designated to one particular article. I just wanted to see Huffington Post and their freak out that they do regarding this whole tax plan that was passed. I mean, don't get me wrong. The tax plan could have been better. But to say, like, Nancy Pelosi, I think she made a tweet saying, this tax plan is going to kill children. It's going to kill people. That's simply not true. Simply not true. And Nancy Pelosi should be in the psych ward. The thoughts that run through that woman's head, I have no idea where she gets it. I mean, I really think she is delusional. And I hope she does get help. I really think that if she goes to like a psych ward, and she actually gets maybe on some antipsychotics, something like that, it would really help her out. And I mean that full-heartedly. I really mean that if she would actually go get help, get on some medication, that she would not be as dumb as she is. She would not be as insane as she is. So hopefully she resigns soon and gets help because I think it would be best for her and her family. And with that, I'm done.